Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to begin what is most undoubtedly going to be a rock star match here today. We have the St. Clair Saints versus TMU for the top 16 for CVAL North. Josh, what's on your mind?
This is a big one as we get into Agent Select here. Icebox, I'm already seeing Caillou hover that Reyna. Reyna is essentially, if there was any character, Daniil, where you can essentially just play CSGO with healing, that's Reyna, basically.
Interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up because, like I said, not the biggest fan of this game. More of a classic guy. CSGO is more of my style. But like I said, warming up to the game a little bit. But if there's one thing that no matter how warm I am to the game, it's not going to change the fact that I have no idea what's going on for the most part. So you're definitely going to have to help me out a little bit. I do like Viper and Sage. They're fun. I like those characters. Other than that,
Viper, you can see it on the other side as well. Viper and Sage, very popular on this map. The Sage has that ice wall that essentially just lets you get a free plant behind it almost like every time. And Viper just has so many ways to cut off like large areas of the maps. And you'll notice once we get in here too, Daniil, Icebox is a very large map, especially compared to some of just the other maps in this game. The sight lines are very long. Over towards B side and mid, it's just very, very not open spaces, but not necessarily tight corridors. Like,
I think I know what
we
you're
see on a
talking
lot
about.
of other maps.
There's a lot of a long range sight lines.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a claustrophobic but wide open map. Got a lot of verticality, but not a lot of horizontality.
Verticality is a big one. You'll notice
exactly.
Everywhere there's going to be stairs, there's going to be boxes people hop onto. It's even possible as we see Seth head over here towards the A, you'll see this this yellow crate there, that shipping container. Back when Chamber was very popular in the meta, the character that has that teleporter, you could set the teleporter up there, teleport to the top of it, and like have your free getaway after that. There's a lot of options, and verticality is definitely a big one. Just trying to mess up your opponent, because it's such a big part of Valorant and any TAC FPS in general is hitting those headshots, right? You want to have that crosshair at head level at all times. Can see this side of TMU Blue also going to pick up that Reyna. We've got another set of mirrored comps here. We have not seen this on Icebox before, but Reyna, more popular agent recently. Gub's going to get in there, try to find that one on top of that Sage wall, but Sean shuts him down, and now you've given that Reyna the overheal as well. She's going to be back to full health, or actually all the way up to full health. She never even had that full, but Caillou gets their revenge, and you see now 135 health on Caillou with that overheal, and he's able to tap the defuse. 4-tapping might have to get off, though. That's the problem with all of those mollies. Hunts for 3 in the end.
1-on-1 as ends, and there goes Seth. That's the round going in favor of TMU. What a close round to start it off. No matter what game it is, CSGO, Valorant, whatever game you care to play, pistol rounds are always exciting. There's no doubting that, and that was no exception to the rule.
Yeah, always exciting and always very crucial as you see the economy now. Caillou going straight for that sheriff. He did pick up 2 kills last round, so he has a little bit of extra in the bank to be able to do that. Huns, looks like they're keeping with this ghost. They might have actually purchased a gun for one of their teammates, possibly. Sean. See, this is what I'm looking at right now. You see a Reyna with that rifle in hand now. Second round, full armor as well. Sean is looking to go crazy, and he's already going to start it off with a bang. 2 kills, 3 kills. In the blink of an eye, over half the Saints roster disappears on this second round, and that's what happens when you have that eco bonus there.
Yeah. Thankfully, they didn't spend too much this round, only buying a couple pieces of armor, a couple pistols here and there. So not much of a surprise this round, looking to go in favor of TMU, but don't count out the Saints yet. They've come back from worse, I'll tell you that much. But not this time. But 4-tapping goes down. Mzu does get 1 down at least, taking a little bit of money for their troubles from TMU's side. And there goes the round in favor of TMU yet again. Sean taking down the last player of the Saints. Into round 3 we go, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, with how the round started, Ems finds the 1, but realistically, you're expecting to lose that round long before it ended there.
But now they got real guns.
After that triple kill right at the beginning, Now, though, you move into round 3, you get this full buy coming through. Caillou and 4-tapping going to be on light armor, but Caillou gonna have that overheal possible if he does find one kill, and 4-tapping is playing that Killjoy, so you're gonna be able to just kind of chill back and play more of a defensive game as you're setting up your turrets and your bots and everything.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Josh, that yellow glowing border behind the Reyna, that means that they have their ultimate, correct?
Yes, yes.
How big do you think this is gonna be for this round?
So Reyna ultimate, especially on a player like Sean, we've seen just the mechanical skill of this guy so far. Reyna ultimate, it's going to increase your fire rate, increase your reload speed, make you not have to burn your abilities or your orbs to actually grab that healing or that dismiss, which is one that basically makes you invulnerable for a second as you get to retreat back or maybe even get a little bit aggressive with it. And then it also just brightens the highlights around the other players, so it makes it a little easier to spot players out that might just like flash through your vision or something. But realistically, you're playing for that increased fire rate, that increased reload speed or decreased reload speed.
Speaking of invulnerability, our Killjoy just goes down there. He wishes he was invulnerable just now. That's going to be one down for the Saints side as TMU looks to clinch out this round. Slowly creeping up to the site. Saints are trying their best to hold it down. Sean creeping around, trying to find any opening. Gub comes around, gets behind. Oh, not behind. There's two there waiting for him. Seth trying to clean it up, goes down for his trouble. That's two more down for the Saints. Now TMU moves on to planting on the site. What can the Saints do here, Josh, if anything?
Gub has a rude awakening as he swings that corner, but Caillou and Ems, two players, you've got these rifles in hands.
Caillou.
All it's going to take is Caillou to find this first kill, but Sean hits him with that wall bang. It's a headshot to boot as well. I think that's Sean's second in the round now. Ems, his only player left. He's just looking for any kills he can find at this point, but
quite unfortunate
Huns cleans that one up, and the Saints here on this defensive side getting pieced every single round here by TMU so far, and it's all coming off of Sean's early picks.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is nothing. This is no easy feat. Let's give TMU some credit here. This is not something that any team can do, especially to our roster. Something is pretty fierce. So they are playing out of their minds at this rate, forcing the Saints on the back foot. Again, another thrifty round here with pistols and one SMG coming out for the Saints side, hoping for to get anything, get their foot back in this game just a little bit more. Sean creeping out, got one turret down. Ooh, Eagle actually goes down. That's one pickoff for the Saints this round. That's the first early pickoff I think we've had so far. Maybe this could be their opening that they're looking for.
Seth.
Two more, Seth.
Are you serious?
I don't think he is serious. That was pretty insane. I'm pretty sure that team, you must think that was a joke.
Sean pops his Empress here. He's ready to try and make this clutch. 60 health on him. He finds the one kill. There's the healing to come through. He's
doing it.
Dismiss is good. He peeks over onto Gub, but he falls. Yeah. Now a 2v1. Neki, the only one left. A minute to play with, though. Just spike down. He's going to have to take a much more reserved approach to this one. And a round that at the beginning was looking all TMU's way. All it takes is a few solid deagle shots. Seth finding a 4K, and you take that thrifty round. You take a couple rifles with you as well, Daniil.
Absolutely.
Things are looking up for the Saints here coming into this next round, but TMU Blue gonna have way too much money in the bank to not be able to just rebuy up. So now we're back to this even buy v buy here.
Just a bit of a reset. And you know, it's funny that you mentioned the character or the player's name Neki, and I don't know why, but the most prominent feature of Viper for me is their neck. It's a very long neck, so it's a very suitable name for the character.
Yeah, like very slender.
Yeah, just long
actually. It's all
we're not on camera right now, so they didn't see that.
Why? Her head goes up so much farther in the player portrait than like so many
everyone else.
Portrait. Yeah, like
I can't see Killjoy's neck. I can see Viper's.
She's the only one without a collar too. Like maybe that's what it is.
I don't know, but what absolutely is not anything related to necks is the play that TMU is looking to make here in the middle side, trying to push onto A site. Got a little bit of Viper clouds coming up, sneaking through. Smoke. This is Viper's element. She loves to be in this spot. Enemy team, not so much. Trying their best to play around it, but it's not looking easy, Josh.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't just seen a full rotate try to come through. I don't see Seth leaving his pit to drown here, but it's a lockdown to start off this one now. Saints are going to have to either give up this Viper's pit or start pushing forward and try to shut down that lockdown. They don't have Caillou's ultimate to really counter that. You see, Seth leaves the pit. He won't be able to make it back. Ooh, that pit's going to fall, but Caillou for 2. in the back corner here.
Reses them though. That's pretty big. They are still even players, even though Caillou, but he takes down another one. He got put down by Caillou, brought back up by his stage, and put down again. Caillou's on a roll here. Seems like he's wiping almost the entire team, but he gets put down by Neki, our favorite Viper player.
Caillou, even with one other kill found by Gub there, Caillou could theoretically still find an ace in this round because of that res. 4 tapping. Ooh. He's going to fall to Neki. 30 health versus 5 health on Caillou. There's the ace to come through.
If anybody can do it, it's Caillou. Yeah, I think,
yeah, the 5K question mark or
he
the
didn't get an ace, but he got 5 kills. An interesting round, nonetheless.
Yeah, it's
pretty dynamic. I'll give it that.
That's what that res does. It really throws a wrench into your plan sometime. But Caillou just says, "All right, res up. I'm just gonna keep killing you guys as you walk forward."
That one angle, just boom, 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 popping. I know we have a player named 4 tapping, but I don't know. Caillou might be 5 tapping after that round.
Honestly,
that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And as we come in to this one now, you see it's tough on the economy now for TMU a little bit. They're gonna have to keep, try to keep some of this weaponry with them towards this next round. They really have to play for this round. Other than that, Saints could tie it up here 3-3, and then Saints are gonna have force TMU onto a save there and get 4-3, 5-3 even possibly.
TMU is really favoring pushing A site. I've noticed that about their playstyle. Do you think there's any particular reason, maybe with their lineup or?
A site is just insanely popular on Icebox because on the attacker's side, it's considered like very easy for the attackers to take that site.
I see.
And oftentimes you'll see defense like almost stop trying to contest it once 1 or 2 picks come through because it's easier to retake than to like force your team to possibly give up a few kills. But yeah, a very attacker favored site here, and it all just comes off of the timing on how you play. You see verticality, you were talking at the starting, you see all of these different angles here that players can get through. There's a zip line that you can just fly in and be kind of like half accurate on. We've seen Reyna's be very popular on it before. Caillou though finds the first pick. Is going to keep it going.
Oh, he breaks the wall immediately. He wants to get aggressive here, and he finds 1, finds 2. Caillou making an aggressive play, and it pays its dividends immediately. He doesn't even have to hold for the stock market there to crash. He just buys and sells instantly and makes a profit.
3rd in the round there for Caillou. The spike's down on site. Huns is good for 1, but M's there for the trade on that repeat. Caillou gets shut down in the end, but 3-3 is a score you will take regardless of how it happens here for the Saints. The boys getting a little bit excited on stage as they tie up this game. Now, you've got a round in your hands here where TMU Blue doesn't have much to work with. You see Sean there. He's going to hero buy that rifle as well as Neki having a little bit of enough for it. So it's kind of like a half force, half buy here for the side of TMU. We see 2 players keeping it over that $2,000. Oh, there's that rifle being sold up. Sean opting just for the Marshall instead.
Looks like they're going for mid this time.
Better save buy, in my opinion, to kind of keep yourself on the same economy as your team.
Sean feeling the pressure here just a little bit here. The Saints are trying to push through. There we go. Caillou approaches right through, takes out his doppelganger, and another one just for extra measure. That's 1 more down by Caillou. Eagle goes down from 4 tapping with that extra push coming through. Seth creeping around, and they're looking for the last remaining member of TMU, but Huns does not want to go down here. Don't blame him. Dying is not fun. Trust me, I've tried, but I haven't tried, but it's happened. I've almost fallen down the stairs a lot of times, I'll tell you. It's not fun. But Hans does not want to fall down the stairs here, but they get pushed down by the bullets from Saints. I can actually hear them shouting.
Yeah,
really excited.
Even in this soundproof room, you can still hear everyone on the stage there when they get rowdy after a round win like that. But coming through in the end, all of these aggressive pushes from the Saints, and a big thing, you see 13 kills on the board for Caillou there. That first pick has been crucial every time because oftentimes it's been that spike carrier as well, which means you just get to watch that, and these attackers have to recover it. There's nothing else they can do. They can't win the round without planting that bomb or eliminating your whole team, and when you're in a 2v4, you're definitely looking for the bomb rather than the elimination.
They were just about even last round, but that round alone takes them up 3 more kills. Just goes to show the importance of having those entry kills, those aggressive pushes that St. Clair makes. it seems to be working. I don't see them stopping anytime soon. Again, Caillou in a position to take advantage of any mistakes that TMU might make. They're all rushing over to B side, but leaving one straggler here just in case they can find something. Getting a little bit greedy, going for the peek. Ooh, Huns sees Caillou, taps him up just a little bit. Not going to deter him, though. Caillou's still on the hunt, Josh.
I don't think Caillou's crazy concerned about that, only because of the Reyna healing that can theoretically come through, as well as he did grab a little bit of info, right? He knows that Huns is situated around that A side might mean, okay, if his teammates stop seeing stuff B, they know this TMU side might be stacked up towards A. You see the rotates start to come through from Ems there on the mini-map as well, as Gub
another one
start to make it over towards A. The Hunter's Fury comes out from Caillou, but it ends up just being pretty well null in the end. It does slow them down, and only 30 seconds to work with. A rotate has to come through. For tapping, you find 1 or 2 kills here on the defense, and you can shut this down easily, but the timing's not good for him. Neki gonna find that shot in the back.
The pit.
Drop the pit
looking
as
to take it over.
This could be a good round for TMU here. It's a great setup to start this plan, but you're still in a 4v5. There is still a Sage Res on the table for the side of the Saints.
I noticed that Neki found his way onto the site, and none of them noticed it, and that was enough for him to establish, plant his roots, and become an unshakable tree as he drops the Viper's Pit and forces Saints to play a lot more uncomfortably on this site. But now it's a little bit of chaos. We got site, fight, going down, and Caillou is dropped. That is not what you want to see. Your main entry fragger, top scorer, going down at the start of a huge engagement. Gub is going to have to pick up after the slack, but goes down. Seth is trying to get some control out, forcing TMU to play a little bit more restrictively, but it's not going to go their way. Four tapping goes down, but Ems gets just a little bit of revenge. Not on the same killer, but any kill is good when you're trying to avenge a fallen brother, but not going to be enough to cinch out the round. But they get a kill just before we go to the next round.
Yeah, they do.
Well done,
shut
Seth.
down one more rifle there, so little dent to the economy, but realistically, after all those players went down, after you see Neki there grab a 4K, you just send the rest of your players out. Try to keep those rifles. You saw Ems and Seth there chilling over towards mid. You do see an operator here for 4-tapping.
Full economy. Full economy.
Yeah, he's baiting us. They like to bait us here in the buy rounds. Trust me,
you, man.
The amount of times I've seen the Odin come out, that 100-round LMG, and then they don't follow through with it. It's brutal. They love to bait me, especially with the Odin. It's such a great weapon.
Nobody
I
likes
love
it when
so
you're
much.
right, Josh. You know, the players are no exception. They don't want you to be correct. They want you to have that win. But Eagle gonna take an ultimate orb just for fun. You know, why not? You can afford it.
Yeah, he's got that res now.
Interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge role for the next round. I'm expecting. But now Sean creeping through, sees if he can find anything just a little bit more. But Gub on the receiving end for it, seeing what he can get done with that ice ball. Josh, this is looking to be a bit of a scary push here for the Saints. TMU is looking in favor. What would you try to do here if you were the Saints?
So the execute's coming through. At this point, you're pretty much waiting to see if this plant is actually going to come down. And I'm not sure if it was Gub or 4-tapping who actually broke that barrier orb from the Sage, but the second you break one of those chunks of the wall, now the Sage has no protection for this plant, and this Viper had to wait for the wall to come back up. That Viper does have, it's like a toxin gauge where you have 0 to 100, and as you have that up, it depletes, and you're gonna have to wait eventually for it to come back up. 4-tapping, not spotted out. In the end, he finds 2. That spiked down as well.
Josh, have you ever seen shots this clean? I don't think you have.
The strafes are there, and the reactions are there as well. The pixel, one of those heads comes through that Viper wall. He's on the shot. Now Huns has to try and make this push for the bomb, but Gub finishes it off.
Leave some for the rest of us, man. The KD, the market's not that bad. You don't have to start hoarding them already. Like, leave some kills for the rest of us. Like, I haven't even gotten a single kill this game.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Unacceptable, but, you know, results are results. Wins are wins. Saints are going to take that one in a quite fashionable fashion.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of players that game, lost a lot of guns, but they got their win. TMU made that look really difficult for the Saints.
Yeah, let's take a look at that once again before this round gets started here. We're going to get straight into it. But
4-tapping, set up perfectly. Turret comes through, takes out the Viper, takes out the Sage, getting ready to take out the Reyna. 1, 2, 3, gone. immediately. That's huge for the push. Now we're back into the round, so going through the Viper Cloud. No fear, no hesitance. Breaking down the wall. Eagle planting the spike. Caillou sees it. Dropped immediately by Ems. Must have been amazing communication or luck that made that kill go down so quickly. Trying to plant up again. Sean picking up the slack for his teammate that just went down. Plant goes down successfully, Josh. What is the Saints' next move?
Tapping with that wall bang, you even it out 3-3. The lockdown does come through. Gub keeps finding kills on this site, but he gets traded out. Neki for 3. Neki has been amazing on these post plants, but now this defender Killjoy, the lockdown's coming through, but look at those nano swarms on the bomb. You're going to have to wait those out, but still a lot of time to play with if you're tapping here. You don't necessarily have to get super aggressive. Pros don't fake. The swing comes through. He doesn't get the half either.
He just got to distract him. He doesn't have to kill him. Okay.
Grabs the half. Now he's just going to be able to keep tapping this one out. When will the gunfight actually come through? No more bullets left. Huns finds that one on the swing. Only the sheriff in hand. 2-5. TMU's going to even this one out. 2 more rounds in the half to Neil. This is one of the closest halves we've had all of CVAL for this entire bracket so far.
And even yesterday was probably the record breaker up until now. That game yesterday was as close as we've seen. The Saints are quite known for their dominant displays, and today it seems like they might have met their match.
Yeah, keep in mind, Icebox considered more so of an attacker side map, especially that A site like we've talked about. It's very easy to get that plant down, especially with all of this resources you have with the Viper and the Sage. It's very easy to just shut those defenders out and just push them back towards that spawn and get your execute off. But here, they're going to be focusing more towards this B site. They don't know that Gub's playing around yellow with that classic, though. He's able to find one and bait out the res on a save himself, too. That's just with the default pistol there, the free pistol you grab. Caillou now pops this Empress, finds one. He's got the dismiss.
His ultimate.
The resets are coming through.
Caillou picking off the opposing Reyna without even using their ultimate. That is very impressive here, and that's going to be huge for the Saints side. This push, and took the words right out of my mouth. Caillou goes down immediately. This is now actually in favor of TMU. Only 2 players left on the Saints side to defend, or to rather push now, as the spike has been successfully planted. We got the Sage wall up. It's going to be difficult. 4 tapping goes down. Ems takes one more. It's a 1v1 again. Slightly favored for Ems. Oh, he sees the tracking thanks to that recon bolt. Pushing through the side, goes up the zip line. He wants to be as unexpected as possible, does not want to be predictable in his movement, trying to zip around with that verticality like we talked about coming into play here. Sees a leg, gets to 1, gets to 2. Perfect kill from Ems, allowing Saints to cinch out the round again. Heard them yelling. Very excited. That's the yelling that you want to hear. It's not the yelling from your friends on a Discord call at 3 a.m. You join to see what's up, and they're screaming at each other over a Valorant game that they just lost.
Listen,
quite different on the stage.
Listen, man, the solo queue games, we forgive and forget about those ones, but
I wish
coming in to the end of that one, Ems finishes off that 1v1 with lower weaponry compared to Huns as well. He only had that sheriff in hand. Huns chilling with that rifle. Now you're 6-5 this last round. You're able to buy up full rifles for the team. TMU forcing out everything they can do, but it's just Neki with a Phantom in hand. However, peep Sean right now. Stinger in hand. Stinger, Reyna, even with all the Stinger changes, Stinger Reyna is still such a terrifying thing to walk around a corner into, because she can make you disappear, and then she'll disappear herself, and you never see her again for the rest of the round. You see Caillou dangerously low from that one. A lot of that's going to become from the decay, but Huns able to finish that one off. The Viper giving a lot of help for that one. 4-tapping now hunkered down in the corner. Viper's pit popped on A.
Yeah, he looks scared in that corner, and I would be too. That's not a pretty sight. A noxious cloud of green gas right next to you. But we got some Kamehamehas coming through. What'd you say it was called? Hunter's Fury?
Hunter's Fury. Kamehameha, I like that one. Yeah, no, I actually never thought of that before.
Did you see that angle from 4-tapping? Just barely saw him through that ledge. Pixels, my friend. Pixels. Well, I mean, everything's a pixel. You and I are pixels, realistically. But what an excellent display of skill coming up from 4-tapping. Now taking the high ground. TMU's not going to let this go down easy. Around the corner, ready. Oh, but the smoke cloud is up. Not going to see it coming through. Gets one down. Ooh. 4-tapping cleans it up as Seth on the other side, dropping Neki. Viper on Viper action there. Crime going down, taking out the opposing Viper. We're going to go over to the next half. Switching sides, I believe, as they do in CSGO as well.
7-5-2. So that's the pretty well the best you can ask for after you tied it up 5-5 there.
Oh, yeah.
And 7-5 still a very respectable half, much better than that. That 6-6 you were possibly looking at for there. But now, coming into this attacking side, I'm expecting Saints to get very aggressive on this pistol round, and should they take that win, we could see this momentum carry, right? We could see 8 round come in from that pistol round, 9 from the bonus, and then if you keep this up on that attack and you keep getting into, say, a site like A that's pretty easy for a comp like this to get that plant down and get into a good post-plant position, even before any picks are said and done. As you can see already, all this utility popping on to A. Saints, you know this is what they want to hit here on this pistol round, and it's such a classic hit here on Icebox.
The aggression from the Saints is what seemed to be the X factor determining their success in the previous half. I don't think they're going to look to change that, especially now that they're on the offensive side. Aggression is only going to be coming out even more. As you can see, they're already planting on this A site, completely shut off. They picked their corners and they set it up to be in their favor. But Sean wants to bust down the door and say hello to everybody with his pistol, takes down Gub, tries to take down Seth, but he responds in due with his own pistol, coming out, takes down Neki. Seth cleaned up in the corner. We only have 4 tapping left, and that's not going to be enough to stop the push from 3 players. He does take 1 down before he goes down himself, jumping around, celebrating their victory. Gleeful, it seems, on the pistol round. TMU takes out another.
TMU is strong on these pistols. Sean, especially, a very, very clean tap came through. You like the spray there on the ground, Daniil.
The thing is, I hate it. And the reason I hate it is because it's one of my friend's Discord profile pictures, and he'd always ping me and just say, "Hey, Daniil, do you like my profile picture?" I'm like, "I don't even know what this is. Why are you asking me if I like it?" So I saw it in the game, like,
it's Phoenix. We love Phoenix.
We all love Phoenix. We all love Phoenix. I like Dota 2's Phoenix. That's the Phoenix I like. This Phoenix, I don't even know who you... I'm assuming it's that guy in that little picture, that little spray?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Orange
I don't know
hair,
if I like it.
fiery attitude, one could say.
I'd have to talk to them before I can determine whether or not I like him. Phoenix and Dota just squawks and screeches like a bird, so we're chill. Phoenix, I don't know. Is he British? He's British, isn't he?
He is British, yeah.
I see.
He goes, or it's like ting skra.
Really?
Yeah, that's a voice line. Seth.
I don't think I like him very much.
Gets popped down by a burst there. Not going to be one bursted, though. The range just a little bit too long for that stinger. Finds another headshot.
I thought he dropped him.
Caillou back to full health, though. That's the power of Reyna there.
That seems to be quite the character. So you're telling me that this character can kill people, be at 1 HP, and then fully heal afterwards?
Not fully heal to 100, and then you got that overheal, which is 19 armor, essentially.
Interesting.
So you're not getting to as full as possible, but let's say he was only at like 70 health, he would get straight back to 100 health, 50 armor, essentially.
Wow.
But you see the overheal about to wear off. It does not last forever.
Gotcha. So is it something that recharges per kill, or is it something that you buy regularly?
So it's that Q and E right there. He has the options to essentially heal himself after a kill or grab a little quick invulnerability and just like dash away, essentially. Not a dash, but just slide away as he's invulnerable.
I can see why they gave this character to Caillou. Such an excellent marksman. In the heat of battle, he doesn't crumble. He doesn't fret. He just goes single-mindedly on the kill. But speaking of the kill, Huns creeping around the corner gets Gub as they were going for the plant. Ems is now picking up the role, trying to peek around the corner. They got to do his best to protect him. They succeed. Saints get the spike planted. Now it's 1 left on the side of TMU. Ems looking to take out his doppelganger, but FPS Rose does not want to go down without a fight. Trying to look for a better angle here.
Look at this 2-pronged defense here, though, from the Saints. FPS Rose can't necessarily find both of them, but he does find the 1v1 onto Ems. Now, he's checking for tapping, but he had no idea that 4-tapping was playing right behind his turret the whole time.
If history's taught us anything, is you do not want to fight a 2-front war, and while he was trying his best, FPS Rose, to make it work, history never lies, my friend. History never lies. That's going to be another round in favor of the Clair Saints.
And that's a big one, too, because essentially TMU Blue, after winning the pistol round and forcing out those guns on that second round, they're expecting to win that round. They're putting resources into it. Now, you see the Saints with pretty much all rifles, 4-tapping carrying over a Spectre, and then pistols and shorties to come through for the side of TMU Blue.
Now, like I said, I don't know much about this game, but just looking at the scoreboard, I can tell the bigger the gun, the better. You want the big guns, but
of course.
TMU only has small guns. I don't think they're I don't think they're very happy right now. And Caillou is going to make their day even worse, taking out their barricade and opening up the sight lines for the Saints to get a better look at the pretty team of TMU.
Gotta be careful, though. Huns with the shorty in hand, but it's actually Sean to find that kill. Huns gets shut down. Sean for 2, Sean for 3. These sheriffs have been going wild all game
Seth
here.
doesn't want to be outmatched, though. He's trying to get some kills of his own, but Sean, takes out Seth.
Sean's
right
on track for the ace here. 1v1, 4-tapping v Sean. 4-tapping full health. Sean has that sheriff in hand. Still nothing else to work with. He does find it. The ace comes through.
I admit.
A thrifty ace to come through for Sean. That sheriff is unmatched in Reyna's hands.
Let's be real, Josh. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Especially not 4-tapping.
Especially not after just the buys at the starting of the round. How do we have thrifty rounds go back and forth between these two teams? It's insane. This is not common in this game. Save rounds, well, yes, save rounds can happen, and as we've just seen, they can happen very, very effectively
2 back-to-back
in the end, but it's just, you come into this round and you're expecting that win if you're the Saints, and that's going to be a mental taxer when you see Sean come in and just drop an ace on your team like that, not even able to get that spike down either.
Yep. And nobody's a fan of taxes, especially mental ones. You don't want to have any kind of taxes on you when you're trying to win a Valorant game to go qualify to advance further in the tournament, and you believe that the winner of that qualifies for the land in California.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one as we move into that top 8, but Saints got to focus on the game at hand, and Seth is in it right now, shuts down Sean. That's a key player to take out, but this res is still available for Eagles here.
Looking to quarter out a section of the map, throws out the Viper Pit's bomb. I don't think that's what it's called, but that's what I just called it.
That's the shock dart to come through, yeah.
Absolutely. But
pretty much just a grenade at that point. Just a damage ability there that he's able to shoot back, but it is going to shut down that res immediately, so that's a good cooldown to take out. You drop that lockdown as well. Guarantee yourself this plant. Everything's coming out from the Saints here. They do not want to waste resources and have TMU find another round, but Caillou whiffs those shots, finds the shots right in between the two Huns, shuts that down. Gub, he was revealed for a second there, but should make it out just fine. Seth, gonna be playing this back.
Gub with the bunny on his gun, goes down right next to his own wall. Not what you want to see. Again, Saints trying their best to salvage this round, but the defuse is coming out. But the kill comes out from Viper. One more, another one, 3 almost. But eventually, Seth has to go down. Ems is getting revenge, but not in time to get the diffuser. What a heartbreaker round for the Saints.
It looked like that last shock dart was going to find it, but the Silva from the side of TMU had the stick, and he was just enough out of the way that he wasn't going to fall from that one. FPS Rose there. That's his name. What a great stick from them in the end. And that also came off of Neki just sitting there and halving the bomb, even after Seth had found a kill with that molly. It's called the snake bite there from Viper. So he tosses that on the bomb or on the spike, and Neki is trying to stick it. He is going to fall in the end, but he gets it to half, and that gives there's so much less time that you need for that defuse. The Lear comes through into top nest there from Caillou, and it's going to get them a little bit farther onto this A site, but Sean is up very far in comparison to some of these last rounds, and
a little
not an expected angle from them as well. Barrier Orb is going to come up from TMU. Eagle playing around this corner slowly. M's kind of caught in this. He's caught in the slow right now. Can't necessarily move without giving off any sound.
In the meantime, they got Neki watching the B site, just in case there's any stragglers, but none so far. It seems that the Saints are all committing for this A site, with their Viper actually pushing in the middle to catch anybody else who might be trying to get an off angle. There's another slowdown coming through. Seth actually finds Huns right where I was talking about on the other side of the map, maybe looking to converge onto A from behind, or maybe looking to converge onto B to see if you can find any more stragglers. Numbers are always going to be an advantage. Mid. Eagle takes out 4-tapping in the mid. Caillou uses his ultimate, ready to fight for his life here. They are on the site, ready to plant. Gub getting everything set up for the Saints for success. Caillou watching very carefully to see if there's anyone that might dare to contest this.
I think M spotted one out with the drone as well. Eagle gonna have to be a little bit slower on the push here. Caillou shuts down Sean as Sean tries to just fly in there and start finding the picks that they normally do. But Caillou for
Another
two.
one.
This Empress putting in the
Another.
work, making its mark. Shut down Eagle in the end. 9-7 now for the team.
Changing everything we thought about battle tactics. Apparently having the high ground is not an advantage if your opponent's name is Caillou.
Yeah.
Wow, what an impressive shot coming out. Did a little bit of chip damage there and finished him off just when he tried to really take that push into his own hands. 9-8, but this is still anybody's game. We've basically been tied the entire series, Josh, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But definitely both teams want to take the advantage here. Both teams want to cinch this out in a 16-8 or 16-9 fashion, but I don't think any team is going to let that happen here as the push comes through. Again, A side as always, all of TMU stacked up here. Nobody on B side. This one round I pointed out previously, they had at least one person there, but not this time. TMU might be picking up that the push isn't coming through as they approach the entrance to B, but it just might be too late as Saints get the right idea. They realize it's open. It's open, guys. Let's start planting. Now,
this is that save coming through, and we've seen the Saints, we've seen a ton of teams employ this strategy on the save where sometimes you just try to sit there, hunker down, and play like some rat angles, let them push into you, but TMU opting for the one other save strategy that usually comes through, which is all 5 people stick together like a unit, and it's either going to work out insanely well or everyone's going to get sprayed down in one clip, and I rarely see any of the rounds end in any other way than that.
Yep, but Caillou actually got brought down but brought back by Gub, picked off by Neki with the Sheriff, and that's 3 kills in the blink of an eye before I even finish my sentence. Oh man, Ems, and I believe it was 4-tapping, wiped out a lot of members. Ems getting the most kills this round, cleaning up, like you said, spray of a single clip, fist bumps coming through. I'd fist bump if I was them right now. That was pretty impressive. Again, just on a tactics basis, they didn't even have to shoot a single bullet at the start of that round, and they already planted the bomb, or spike. Whatever they want to call it. Okay,
yeah,
right. You gotta be special. Okay.
Now you've grabbed those 3 rounds in the half as well. You're back to that 2-round lead that you had from the beginning, kind of fighting back a little bit and having a pretty good economy in the back pocket. But I'm looking at all of these ultimates from the side of TMU Blue.
Oh, that's huge.
Sean with the Empress in hand is terrifying. A res is always something you have to think about, and a Hunter's Fury, FPS Rose should just be able to hold that, because when Killjoy drops her lockdown, which is going to clear everyone out of sight.
That's one rain it down if I'm the other. This could be huge. Again, a lot of ultimates coming up from TMU's side. Zeph and Gub are going to make the push. They take out the enemy Reyna, getting the plant down. TMU kind of fearful of the B push
huge.
Again. Oh my goodness. That's just...
Gub just barely dodges that one.
That's a team gone.
Yeah, it's...
one button.
One button. All it takes is 1, 2. He shuts down the plant, shuts down Seth there, trying to cover 4-tapping on the plant as well, and everyone falls to the Hunter's Fury. Not even going to worry about any future lockdowns from 4-tapping.
It took me a while to process what just happened.
Yeah.
Honestly, I blinked and
the
I was like, yeah. That's the Zenkai boost. That's what we call in the business, the Zenkai boost, okay? He realized that they were in trouble. His genes kicked in, got a little bit stronger.
Can we start calling Reyna's ult Ultra Instinct then? Is that how this works?
Is that what it does?
It essentially just heightens all of your senses at that point, darkens the screen, increases the way they look.
But I don't know if that's going to allow me to get any headshots. So I don't know if I can call it Ultra Instinct and be true. Maybe it's an Ultra Instinct on Caillou and Sean, but definitely not on me.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe it's more of something you got to train for.
Selective.
In the end. Got to be one with the universe there, but
nothing could train TMU for the offense that's coming out from the Saints side. Viper's Pit already down, pushing in, trying to find an opening. Again, verticality coming into play. You're stuck in the Viper Pit, just hop over. Gub gonna hop over FPS Rose on the scoreboard after he drops him there. Caillou stuck in the corner, but making his own way through. If only he had X-rays on like we do right now, he'd see a free kill right there, but that's the beauty of smokes, and that's the beauty of visibility. There we go. Oh, if he peeked that corner, he would see it. But there's the kill. That's what alerts him to his presence. Takes up the spike, fakes it, going for the rope, but does not find. His exit was prevented from the excellent positioning of Eagle on that. Again, height, verticality. This map, it's a big factor in it, and we're seeing that here. All the plays that we're seeing come through. using that height to their advantage is always a big part of it. Except again, when Caillou got that guy.
It's like often it's not a question of is he on my left or my right. It's is he up or is he down? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Am I looking right in front of me or am I looking at some ledge that somebody's going to be able to have the high ground on me?
You're looking at their ankles when you're trying to shoot their head. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit of a disadvantage. It's a bit staggering, but again, Saints are going to make their most of this. 10-10. Again, neither team wants the game to ever be this close, but I think we all want to see something like that. An exciting game is always exciting. Not so much for the players. They want things a little bit more safe.
It's nerve-wracking for sure when you're in the server like this, but tied up by TMU.
Nothing fancy coming out. No large smokes, no bombs, no darts flying, just guns and legs carrying them to the site, trying to see what they can find. They put the spike down at the back of B, or at the back of A, sorry. Caillou goes down. That would have been the right play. If he had been holding the spike, that round would be a lot more difficult than it is now. Saints taking the opportunity to try pushing for B. We have Seth about to meet 2 players. Goes down as well. Things are looking a little bit grim. 3 ultimates on TMU's side, 1 on Saints, and only 3 players. They take the spike and decide to take their chances at the same time, trying to push onto the A site. They recognize that the TMU are split, and they want to make the most of this opportunity. Keeping 2 of the members in the back, goes down. Sean finds the kill, forcing Saints to make a decision to go in or to go out. And they are going in. They have no fear. They have no hesitance. Going through the cloud. This is really a leap of faith. Oh, they don't know what's waiting for them on the other side. You can see it. You can see it. Goes down. They don't want to push through. 1 down immediately. 4 tapping. Gets a 1 tap to the head and another. That's 3 taps. Let's see if he can get 1 more tap here against Neki as he approaches around the corner. Oh, fakes it. Oh, but he can't find the kill. Oh, he almost had the lucky 4 taps there to clean up the round, but TMU has something else to say about it. Hydrate, my friend. Hydrate. You need it.
Yeah, it's a tough ending to a round like that, especially when it started to look up for a little bit there, but 1 versus 1, there's not much you can do, or 1 versus 4, not much you can do about that in the end, especially on an eco round like that. Keep in mind, I believe Gub did have a Vandal in that round, but everyone else was pretty well just playing with those Sheriffs, so gonna be back onto, or should be back onto a bye round after this timeout. Should be pretty good timing for a timeout as well. We have seen timeouts come through and then teams just straight up take 6-7 rounds straight, and the Saints only need 3 to win this one out.
Right. That being said, TMU only needs 2, so I'm sure they're taking advantage of this timeout as well, doing their best to get everything wrapped up. We only have about 15 seconds left before we get right back into the action. Saints savoring every second left of sweet, sweet respite before they have to get back into the fight for their lives to qualify for the California LAN. Again, if they lose here, they're out of the tournament, but if they advance, then they can still fight for the chance to make it. And we're back into the action, Josh, ready to see what history awaits for us in this first game. And we're getting ready to go into the round. We do kind of want to take a look at the previous round where we saw such an impressive display from the players trying to win the round. Let's see what happened here. Yep, 4 tapping. He gets the revenge for his teammate Ems. Gets another one, tries to go for the plant, and just before he was able to get it, Neki comes through and cleans him up. Such a close round, such a close fight. Tried his best, and now we're back into the action, Josh. Let's hope we didn't miss too much.
5 Saints stacked up towards A. No kills to start. Looked like there was some utility traded. I do see Ems burnt out a drone there and did tag somebody up, so they've got some intel on this. That should be a good sonar dart to at least clear some of these TMU members out, but FPS Rose up there from Kitchen. Not only does he find a 1-tap, he's able to get this drone out there. Spot 1 more out. Seth gonna be revealed. Wait for that 3rd tick to come through, but these Killjoy lockdowns are gonna just mean this site is dead air right now. Sean, all the way from the bridge back Kitchen. He's able to find a tap onto Gub, get himself healed up as well. Now Ems, he's about to be in a rude awakening when people cross through this wall, but he's not even ready to take that fight. Allow these players to go a little bit too aggressive. Are they going to push up to find him? Ems finds one, finds another. 2
wrapping around. That's the 3rd he finds. Just 1 more, and he stops the push, stops the defuse. Ems is able to clinch out the round. That seemed impossible, Josh. Yeah. I didn't think they had a chance to clean that through. TMU displayed such a coordinated assault, and they were looking to clear through. At some point, it was a 5v3. and they able to clinch it out. Ems finding the perfect positioning, perfect sways, perfect shots, not to leave those out of the picture, to clean up the round for the Saints. We're now tied up. We're
That's
getting a
what
replay of that,
timeout
actually.
does to you. Yeah, let's check out this last round there, just at the end, before we miss too much at the starting here.
Ems in the perfect spot, sees the Viper Cloud, but he finds the good spot, and he's coming in, sees to see if he can find it, going around the wake. He's being patient, and he finds one. Now they know where he is. 2, but they weren't ready to find him. 3, now they lost all hope. 4, Ems cleans up the round nearly in the blink of an eye, and now we're back into the action.
Yeah, Saints, luckily for us here, observing. We got a nice slow start here from the Saints, not getting too aggressive on much. I don't think they know exactly where the economy was at or what these buys are looking like for TMU,
Right.
because there was one player, I think it was Eagle there on the Sage, had like 7K, one player with 5K, and then somebody with like 1,800, right? So it's very split between
Just
these
like real
teams,
life.
and buys come through and stuff. But in the end, I think we did see a judge for the side of TMU as
that a
well
shotgun?
after that. Yeah, that's a shotgun. It's an auto shotgun. It's
I know.
Oh, it's the XM.
I see. But doesn't matter what gun you have.
No, it's actually a Bulldog, not a Judge. Okay, they did sell out that Judge, but
Ah.
Bulldog is a
can sell
it's just
guns
an
in this?
eco rifle to come through there. It's a little bit weaker than the Vandal or the Phantom, but still can put in the work. Sean, vulnerable, stuck in the corner, but not going to be followed up on, as it's FPS Rose to find the only kill of the round. The Hunter's Furies are so big. Sean gets
Ooh.
shut down mid-dismiss as
Huge.
well. Eagle with the trade onto 4 tapping, but it's Ems in a 1v4. Not much you can do about this with 10
8
seconds
seconds.
left and Spike down.
Yep, Gub actually revived Ems earlier in that round there. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but thanks to that revive, they were at least able to take out Sean. You know, you got to look at the bright side. 1 round left for TMU to take this out. Are the Saints going to bring this to a very close draw, or are they going to fall for the first game of this best of 3 tonight, Josh?
Yeah,
Only
you
time will
gotta
tell.
find this round. You gotta try and take it to overtime here. This is map 1. Keep in mind it's a best of 3. We've still got Haven, we've still got Fracture on the horizon possibly, but still it's a tough one to have such a close map 1 and then have the opponent find that match point first. TMU though, looking to just play another clean round like that last one and try to win these out. The Saints
Going
had to
for the
kind of
B
force
push.
out here. They couldn't risk giving up that round, but you see mixed buys. You see a Vandal for someone like Caillou, but then a Sheriff in Ems' hands.
Yep. Saints going for the B push this round. Again, taking advantage of the surprise element. Usually going for A. They still have some stragglers on A side.
God
from
makes it out
TMU.
alive.
Oh my goodness, this is huge. We're still 5v5. Gub is so low HP, but I believe that character can heal herself. Maybe he's going to utilize that just a little bit. Oh, Caillou finds the first kill of the round. FPS Rose goes down. Now we got Eagle taking out Seth. Caillou dropping Sean and 4 tapping, dropping HUDs.
3 for Caillou.
There we go.
1 for 1 with those other players. 4 tapping finishes it off with that Sheriff, and here we are. 12-12, Daniil. Welcome to your first Valorant overtime.
It is what it is, you know. Like I said, it's a beautiful day for Valorant, even if I don't think the game is very beautiful itself. Competition is universal, no matter what it is. The coordination, the effort, the passion that goes into making a team of 5 individuals come together as a single unit. That, my friend, doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be cracking eggs, it could be throwing rocks, or it could be playing Valorant, which in terms of enjoyment, I'd put them all about equal for me. But no matter what you're doing, something like that, 5 people working together as one unit, is always going to be a pleasure to watch. And we're going in 3 seconds left on the clock to determine what's going to go down for the rest of the series.
Yeah, classic Valorant overtime here. We're going to have 2 rounds. Teams looking to take both rounds. After each round, there will be a side swap, and if it stays even, 13-13, we just take it into another overtime. Huns starts it up quickly. It's
not
a
looking
very,
good.
very aggressive defensive push from the Saints, but Eagle, nobody checked their left. Eagle gets 3 shots in the back. He's able to find 2 kills as well. 4 tapping finally trades back out Huns, but now 2v4, not how you want your overtime to start.
Finds Neki here, drops him. immediately, without hesitation, tapping, repositioning himself. Now that his position has been alerted, gonna try to find a favorable angle. I was about to say it's a 3v4, but now it's a 1v3. Trying to look for anything he can get done here. If he could stop the plant, that would be huge, but he's not there in time. Spike is going down. Now, Eagle taking advantage of the high ground while he's distracting Sean on the bottom, Eagle on the top, pop through, get the kill, use the res to save the gun. Looking tough for the Saints.
Yeah, you can basically just throw away the res at the end of the overtime, because since you switch sides every time, you just reset those resources, and you start with basically half ultimate, as you can see, like 3 out of 6 for the Reyna, 5 out of 8, okay, so it's just that you need 3 points regardless, so that could be an ult orb and 2 kills, or just 3 kills to come through, whatever it may be, and then you get $5,000 to work with, so it's an interesting one, and sometimes you'll see it in these overtimes too, where somebody might pick up an op, and they're not going to be able to buy armor as well, which is a big one, with that op being 4750
Rose
there.
Immediately finding a kill. Huns with the follow-up on Gub. Caillou is going to go down.
Lord.
Huns and FPS Rose, unstoppable forces in this overtime. Seth and Ems are the last forces remaining to hold this round together, and thou, in the beginning of that sentence, that's only dropped to 1. Seth is going to be the only thing left holding this round together for the Saints, and I believe if TMU wins this, they win the game. Seth just about to go down. That's a flawless victory in the overtime. A really dominant display. Excellent effort from both teams, taking everything to the last of the very last. TMU is going to clean it up, though. Saints, what a game.
Very dominant overtime there from TMU, but a tight game when it came to the rest of it. Saints outclassed in the end there by TMU Blue, but we've still got 2 more maps on the horizon. TMU up 1-0. Map 2, we're going to be coming back to you guys with Ascent here. I believe that's going to have the Saints starting on attack there and TMU on defense, but we'll get that all confirmed once we're in Agent Select. That being said, we're going to send it off to a quick little break here. We'll be back with Map 2 of the series.
See you soon.
Here we are. Haven is going to be that map 2. Defender start is going to be TMU Blue. So I was correct about that one. And we're seeing M's flip back to that duelist this game. Going to be taking up the mantle there on the Jet. Caillou back on their patented Fade. A couple role swaps or character swaps here as we've got 4-tapping going back on those smokes as well. But if we take a look at the side from TMU, they're going to be picking up that Breach. They're going to be picking up the Omen in contrast to that Astra there, and Sova is going to come through as well. Sova is one that we've seen the Saints pick less and less on Haven as time goes on, and I think a lot of it is going to come off of Caillou just being so confident and just so comfortable on that Fade. It's really a character that kind of allows him to play to his style of, you know, intel gathering, but also aggressiveness in being able to have those prowlers track them down, both your tracking players, your near-sighting players as well, and not to mention the Fade ultimate is amazing for taking a site. It's a big AoE, and anyone stuck in it is essentially blind and deaf for a little bit. Like,
just like me
you're
on a test.
nearsighted for a short amount of time, and then for even longer than that, you lose like audio cues and footsteps for a little bit, as there's essentially just white noise almost.
Very interesting. I think I got hit by a Fade ultimate this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
But I found my way here.
Yeah, it's like waking
matters.
up with a headache, essentially.
And another reason that I think Saints don't like to pick Sova, Caillou personally hates bows and arrows. That's first news that we're just getting here. No, I'm joking. That's not the case. But he might hate bows and arrows right now. Coming in the recon dart, we're getting the first round of Game 2 for the CVAL North. Top 16 underway, Josh, and now I can see you cracking a little bit of a smile. You're starting to feel the excitement a little bit.
Well,
what this could mean for the Saints if they win.
I was just laughing a little bit as, hold on, we might have some action here in Garage. Huns spots one out. He doesn't hit those taps. They know that he's now sitting in window, and everyone else is going to speed through to that C site. But what I was going to say, it's funny you picked out Caillou as the player to say he doesn't like the bows there, because he's one of the Sova players as well. 2 kills come down in Garage, just a 1-for-1, but the spike does go down. Keep it even. These teams cannot stop, but now there's only one left, and it's 4-tapping. Has to play this one all the way from long.
Diffusing.
The half is going to come through, but the timing is there and the taps are there. Now you're in a 1v1, 4 tapping.
That was 4 taps.
3.
I counted.
Literally, yeah, 1 and then 2, 3, 4.
Absolutely. Again, I was about to say he needs to change his name because I thought there was going to be a 1-tap, but again, always a very
Replay's
impressive
going to come
display.
through as well.
Yep. Let's get a look at those 4 beautiful taps coming out from the namesake player, 4-tapping. Let's see. We got 1. Okay, let's see how many more. We got 2, 3. Okay, the one at the beginning that didn't hit, that counts. So that is 4.
Yeah, we'll count it. We'll count it. He shot 4 bullets is the main thing that we're going to talk about here. But pistol round comes through for the Saints here on
That's the first
attack.
pistol round we've won, I think.
Yeah, in the series so far, as TMU did take both of them on Icebox. Haven, keep in mind, this is a map that Saints are very well versed on. Icebox, we have seen them play it, but it's usually not one of their picks to come through. Haven, they're very favorable on this map. They do often pick this map themselves, and you're starting to see that already. 2 kills come through early here on this bonus round for the Saints. A good flash comes through the wall. A crazy jumping right click from Rose.
Wow, you're gonna have to help me out with that character. That bearded, muscular big man. I always struggle. There's a character that looks exactly like him. There's 2 of the same guy, but Sean looking to dissuade some of the confusion by taking him out, taking him off my screen so I don't have to think about it, but he is going to go down. Gub, with the mysterious man of 2 names, takes out Sean.
It's funny, too, because the people you're talking about, Breach is the one that Gub's currently playing, and forgetting who's on that TMU side. Rose there. Rose on that TMU side also playing that Breach, but the other one is Brimstone. So both of them start with BRs as well.
And
so
they look exactly the same.
Yeah, and they look they're just like that like jaded old man that's definitely been through a lot, and he's like
why do you have 2 of them?
He's that experienced member of the team.
Like, I get it. Like, you have like the edgy character with the cloak, with the what's his name?
Omen. Yeah.
Omen. I almost said like Tunic or something. And you know, you have the hunter guy with the bow and arrow. Like, you have to have these characters, right? But why do you have the 2 of the same grizzled board? I don't get it.
Well, Breach here, as you can see, those cybernetic arms, he's able to throw in all this utility. He's got flashes, he's got concussions as well, which is going to slow your aiming and really slow down your movement as well. And then you do have the aftershock as Gub finds a kill with that one. That's going to be pulses of damage that find their way through the walls there. Tapping now able to just creep in his own Astra cover here as they're up one player, and they do get that plant down.
Come to them. Ooh, with such little HP, 10. Tapping is able to drop Huns, and in style too, getting the headshot to finish it off. Omen repositioning, taking some high ground, trying to see if he can get some Saints players getting a little too eager. Takes out the recon, and he finds them one. That's to Caillou, unaware, completely blissfully ignorant to the opponent that was waiting for him on the ledge. Before tapping, looking to make his mark on this round, peeking around the corner, waiting for the perfect timing, but he doesn't find it. Neki, no neck this game, is going to defuse and take the round for TMU.
With a 4K as well, a great third round to come through from them. The Saints not as concerned considering they did grab those first two, so as you're going to see from this attacking side, they've got a lot of money to work with, but one round is one round in the end. TMU not down as far as it looked like at the starting of that round, and Sean's even able to buy up an op here, which is big to have on that Jet, especially on defense. You see him posted up long A here now, but 4 players from the Saints going to be starting off this round C long, so gonna have to see what that op can necessarily do. It may just end up not finding any value if it's stuck to be used on a retake, but gonna have to see how this plays out.
No amount of credits can buy you a round, Josh, so even if you have 1,000,000 credits or 2, as long as you can kill the opponent team, you'll take the round, and that's ultimately what they want to do. I though wish Saints probably wish they could buy rounds with all the amount of money that they have in this game right now. Ems finding the perfect flash timing to peek through and take out FPS Rose. Plant goes down. Ems looking for cleanups, but Huns cleans him up instead. I'm dirty. No, you're dirty, my friend. Returns the kill attempt, and Gub is going to reposition, find the spot on the site, and wait to approach. Gets one, goes down, tapping, cleans up the attacker, but does not able to keep his teammate alive. Spraying into his own mist, just wildly. Check him PC, my friend.
Yeah,
that was impressive. Taking the round, Saints up 3-1 in this game too.
3-1. Now, you found yourself a good solid lead. You found yourself some economy as well. TMU did have to force out that round to give all of that resistance, and in the end, still came down to a 1v1.
I can imagine that having 3 sites on a map might actually make a slightly more attacker favored, or would I be wrong on that?
Yeah, no, I would say Haven is definitely slightly more attacker favored because, yeah, you just have to spread out your defenders more thin throughout the map, but at the same time, it also gives defenders a lot of great flank routes and a lot of great off angles. If those attackers aren't holding them, Neki in the smoke on that shorty, he is able to shut down Ems, but trade it out fairly swiftly. Now, Saints don't necessarily want to push through that smoke just yet.
Feeling the pressure.
Know that there was one shorty on the other side. They know that it was dropped down as well. Don't want to just push out of there and have another shorty right in their face. That's that double barrel shotgun that just...
He's holding. He's
waiting for the flash.
He's deciding whether or not he wants to do it.
Yeah, so the thing about Breach is that pretty much all of his abilities, except for his concussion and his ultimate, so both the flashbang and his aftershock, which is the pulsing damage, all of those have to go through a wall initially. So he has to shoot them through a wall, which makes it so it's a lot harder to follow up on his own stuff. And while you can still do it, he's more so of like setting up for your team, right?
Makes sense. I figured as much. And setting up, speaking of, they move from C slowly over to A. Nobody watching it carefully just yet. They do have 2 behind the site, waiting for signs of life to snuff them out. Now, Saints dropping the smokes and getting the plant going. That's the cue for TMU to get aggressive and to start pushing in. They have Sean approaching from the backside, waiting for his way to get through. He's inside of the building with his Marshal, looking to click some heads. But Saints are in a perfect spot to hold this site. We have them looking for any signs. Again, spotted up by the turret. We have Killjoy and the rest ready to approach whenever the time is right. Huns narrowly avoiding those aftershocks as you're talking about. Marshall shot goes through. They now know where Sean is, and they're going to be able to play around that. Peeking through, Caillou gets one, and Seth gets two from the approach from the other side. The push was not successful. Sean was not able to distract him quite enough for the push coming from behind. 4 tapping, cleans up the round, and that is another round for St. Clair, 4-1. This is looking a little bit different from the previous game.
Yeah, 4tapping finds his way up the stairs there, Heaven, and he is able to shut down Sean. And now TMU, after rough buys for the past few rounds, should be able to get rifles on most, if not all, their players here. But the armor and the utility is going to be a completely different story. However, 4 ultimates to work with. You've got Hunter's Fury, you've got that Rolling Thunder from the Breach, you've got a Lockdown from the Killjoy. All of those are instrumental to getting players off of the site and keeping them off of the site, right? These attackers do not want to push into any of those, as it'll just catapult into probably a lost round for them. But Ems is so deep on this C site, he doesn't care. He's going to shut down Huns in Garage, force everyone else out. Get the reset on the knives. You have to win this fight against Sean. That's the 3rd, but FPS Rose shuts him down, and he's going to finish off that round. Ems for 3, but the rest of the Saints fall in the rest of that map there.
Impressive display, but the round does go for TMU, and an even more impressive display, able to hold up from such a remarkable offensive push. Now, we're heading into the 6th round, or 7th. I see 2 + 4, that's what my brain thought. But that means we're actually on the 7th round, getting ready to take things underway. I was about to mention, Josh, the fact that they had such a huge advantage and a lot of ultimates on the side of the Saints for that game. They might have considered kind of keeping that momentum going since TMU had used a lot of their money in the previous round. They were looking a little bit bare, but I'm not sure whether or not the strategy was there or not. But they are missing some ultimates. Now they are going to have to play a little bit on the back foot in terms of momentum after having their streak ended after such a strong aggressive play.
Yeah, but luckily for the Saints, you did burn 2 ultimates there, only to burn your Bladestorm back. However, Bladestorm going to be popped from Sean here on the side of TMU. It's a short creep up a long as Ems looking to be that first man in there. Gub most likely going to follow that one up with a flash, but look at these players here on A. You've got FPS Rose here, upper sewers, and then you have Huns on that Killjoy playing lower there on sewers, and Sean right here for a close rotation as well. He's just waiting for any noise to finally be dropped. A smoke comes through from Neki.
They're looking in the wrong way. They don't know. They have no clue. They have no idea. They're completely unaware of the fact that Saints are already on the site. Behind, it's too late, my friend. Ems cleans up FPS Rose from the site takeover, and they're now planting the spike, washing every angle so cleanly, taking over and replacing the smoke that just expired. They're looking for a hostile takeover of this site, ready for whatever TMU has in store. Aftershock coming through just to deter the push just a little bit more. Ems watching that window so keenly while we have Caillou on the backside, ready for anyone who might be pushing from there. Taking over, repositioning, making sure that they have all their bases covered, but we have the Omen coming from the entrance. He was able to get in, and they don't know. From the back, he gets 2 headshots clean. Caillou's gonna have to be the one to take it out, but he is not able to shoot fast enough, emerging from the smoke. Such a keen defense from the Saints, watching every angle, but they weren't watching the one that they needed. And that was the opening that Neki needed to take out that round. And let's take another look at that creeping approach from Neki to clean out the round right from behind. That's 2 headshots. I'm not sure if that was a collateral, and there's the other one. Definitely not a collateral. 4 kills from Neki to take out the round.
I mean, that's what happens when you leave that area open. Just because you push from long doesn't mean there's not multiple spots from the rest of the map they can rotate. Definitely want to keep watching those, but their issue there was they had 2 players watching the push coming through from B-Link, and then Caillou was cut off by that dark cover from Neki, that smoke there. So Neki was able to just walk forward, like you said, just creep up onto that site, Saints being none the wiser. And now we're back to a close game here. No more 3-round lead for the Saints as we're down to 1 apart here. And a decent buy to come through from TMU as well. Saints not going to be on the favorable end of the buys here this round.
2 long rounds since the Saints took one, and now it seems to be dead even as it was in the previous game. They want to find the X factor that's going to take them through to the next game, but the question is, will they be able to find it in time? They only have 54 seconds left to take it for this round at the very least, and that's if they don't plant the spike. What can they do to take this game in their favor? They have Caillou approaching from mid side, matching up against Sean, about to approach, going in after shocks are there. It's not going to be enough to deter the push. They get the entry in. Ems gets picked out by Neki. Neki takes out Caillou as well, looking to take out Seth, but he drops down his teammate right in front of him before they can make too much off of that push. Now one teammate behind FPS Rose drops Seth, 4 tapping left to clean up the mistakes that the Saints have made on this push. Going to plant the spike, coming around from the back. He knows he has enough time to drop it. That's 14 seconds on the clock after the spike goes down. Now we just have to wait for it to detonate or defuse. And it looks like it's going to be a defusal this round, Josh. Tying it up 4-4 TMU. Saints are not looking very happy.
All the intel they needed off of that drone, they're able to just find that tap. The second 4 tapping decides to get around that corner. You do get a little bit of money from that spike plant, but it's an even out in the rounds now for TMU Blue. They're able to take these defense rounds easier. You see these last 3, every single defense round they've won has been a defuse. So you can see Saints aren't having a problem getting on to that site. It's really just holding it down after the plant comes through. Yeah, staying alive, and it's coming off of players like Neki, like FPS Rose, who seem to find these off angles and flanks that the Saints are just never ready for. And the gunfights just continually go their way.
The coordination's absolutely there from TMU, like we saw on that replay and on that previous round, where they were completely distracting Saints on one front, forcing them to fight a 2-front war that they were completely unaware of, flanking them from behind, and Saints are going to have to clean up their offensive holding if they're going to be able to take out this game. But Ems takes out Neki after Neki takes out 2 Saints, dropping the smoke, making way for his teammate to enter in, and in fact exit rather. They don't want to push through there. It seems kind of scary. I don't blame them.
Yeah, they dropped their own Cosmic Divide from 4 tapping. 4 tapping even finds one onto Sean near this C site, so it could be a C push possibly, but that alarm bot garage is going to let Huns know that somebody's pushing in. 4 tapping, that's going to be his go mode to start going in on Huns though. 3 for 4 tapping in the round, 11 health left though, as Seth has to get this plant down. 4 tapping's taking a tricky approach here. He wants to move over towards CT. Eagle's going to clear that one out, but he's not necessarily going to go super deep to check it, as it's not a very common hold that you'd see from this defense. But now, kind of a 2-pronged approach. Seth finds that one with a wall bang.
I was about to say, wall bangs are my favorite. Just a little bit of extra flavor on the game.
Just right through the corner.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. If wall bangs run in the game, things would just be a little flat. But put them in, get headshots like that. Can't complain. But maybe TMU would complain about that one.
Yeah, it also makes it so you can't just like do the most shallow jiggles possible, because if you're going the pixel behind the wall, you're still just gonna get headshot through that little corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every corner like that in this game in most maps can be shot through because it's just so thin there at the corner with like any kind of regular rifle.
You say that as like I blast through a thick wall.
Yeah.
He defies the rules. He's the exception. And is that the Fade ultimate you were talking about?
That is the blind and deafness that I was talking
like
about.
An ultimate,
nearsighted and audio cues taken away. It's tough as these defenders to try and deal with that. You see, they just have to walk away because you have no idea where any of these players are coming from. You literally have nothing to work with. You're just discombobulated there on site.
Ooh, shooting the floor, hoping that there was a head right underneath it, but it looked a little funny. Obviously, he was there shooting there for a reason, but it looked a little funny there. But he does shoot one head at least.
He was mad at that newspaper.
Yeah, he was really angry about it. Didn't like that headline. But Huns is going to make headlines himself as he approaches the Saints. Recon Dart coming through. That's 3 down from Ems. He says, you make a headline. I'm making the headlines, buddy. Wipes out 3 in the blink of an eye. FPS Rose trying to salvage this, but around the corner awaits Seth, looking to put him down, and he succeeds with another wall bang. Fist bumps all around. Coach looking happy. Actually, no, he doesn't look very happy, but you know, as happy as you can be in the situation.
I mean, you're down a map and you don't necessarily have the lead here. Yeah, you're up 2 rounds, but you can't get too comfortable yet if you're the Saints.
They were up 3, and here we are.
Exactly, that's how the rounds shake out, but now 6-4, you've at least guaranteed yourself an even half, and going into defense, which the Saints are very strong on that Haven defense. We've seen it before. Very strong on that Haven defense, so you can be happy finding 6 on your attacking side. Now, it looks like they're going to make this B push happen. There is an alarm bot set up there, but it's dashed straight past by Ems, and Ems getting deep in there with that Blade Storm. Flashed up a little bit by Gub, but, you know, forgive and forget, like we say around here. There's the Prowler to come through. It helps with that kill onto Eagle. FPS Rose from CT, though, is able to shut down Gub.
Flash
comes through. That can help him find this one on Caillou. Caillou's good for the headshot. Always good for the headshot is Caillou.
Yeah, but we should change his name to Headshot. I think it's a more fitting name. Hey guys, my name's Headshot. And watch what I can do. Aw, he ruined my joke.
He wasn't able to find that. So you don't take damage if you land on the box there on the left. But he just barely missed that one. This is a Killjoy lockdown coming through from Huns. It is going to get destroyed, but they just get to stick that one out.
Interesting round.
Kind of just how the abilities shake out sometimes. You can't get caught in that lockdown. It leaves you detained and essentially CC'd with no weapon for 4 to 5 seconds there. You're just kind of holding your hands out, barehanded, hacked almost. Like there's these kind of those like cybernetic effects going on around you, but yeah, it's a tough one to deal with, especially when you don't have a Sova on your team. Like we saw them drop. The reason that Kamehameha ultimate that we were talking about in that icebox, it's so good against the Killjoy because you can instantly counter out the lockdown. You can use it to destroy that from long range. So it's just 1 for 1, and then it's just a stalemate essentially after that.
Gotcha. That seems to be a pretty powerful tool. Bet that they really wish they had it right now. They do not, and they're gonna have to take this site anyways. Saints trying to push through, seeing what they can find here. All of TMU is rotating to C side. That's the correct play as Saints are pouring into there themselves. Floor tapping takes out Huns and Sean takes out Seth. That's 2 Killjoys down. Seems to be a very hostile environment to technology enjoyers, and that's 2 more down for the Saints. FPS Rose cleans up 1 more in 4 tapping, sitting in the smoke, and he's exposed like one of those plastic discs in the Olympics that they shoot. Literally, just in the gallery, and they all took turns shooting at him.
A sitting duck out there. 6-6, half as even as it can get here. Saints now moving on to the defense. TMU gonna have to see what they can cook up here on attack. Like I said, the Saints have been confident on the Haven defense. We've seen them have some crazy halves there on defense as well. So we're going to have to see what they can do. Though it's been a minute since we've actually seen the Fade here in this Haven comp. As well as that Astra, we've seen the Omen a lot from the Saints, but the Astra coming back out from 4-tapping is an interesting one. It was almost like a, let's call it like a patented pick of his when, especially after, there was a point where Astra got nerfed and a lot of teams stopped playing them, but 4-tapping still comfortable playing that Astra, still wanted to play that Astra on a lot of these maps, and now we're bringing it back for a lot more teams as well, which is great to see. Astra always got that map-wide presence. Here we go. Let's get this pistol round started. Ems with the first one. Eagle to fall. Another one from 4-tapping. 3 players left up window.
Looking for the
and it's going to be an aggressive push here from the Saints on defense.
Oh, they're already wiping out another one. 4v2 left. Gub and Seth cleaning up Huns in the corner there. Only the Omen left. Neki might be actually the shot that they just need here. Taking out 2, 1v2, and a heartbeat from 4v1 to 4v2. This is very doable, and Neki might be the one that can take it out. Oh, he looks, wait, he's got like a black sphere on his head. Is he blind or something?
Yeah, that's similar to the Fade ult there. It's a near sight, so it's a blind, but you can see about like a foot in front of you. Gotcha. So if someone's right up in your face, you'll see them, but you're still pretty well blind.
Now, Josh,
for all intents and purposes, it's a flashbang.
I'm noticing the trend here. Saints take another pistol round. TMU won both pistol rounds last game. They won. Saints won both pistol rounds this game. Who knows? I don't know. It was pretty close this time. Let's see what the Saints have in store, and let's see if TMU can counter whatever they throw. Saints getting ready to defend the site.
Ems has a Guardian in hand. This is a one tap from any range here with that Guardian. It's essentially semi-automatic Vandal at that point. Caillou spots one out, gets a decent amount of damage onto Neki, able to shut him down, shut down a second as well. That's what happens on these bonus rounds. That's how it shook out last half as well. Now you're up 2 players, you're up 1 player here.
The wrong moment.
Tapping can't make it away.
Decided to hop around the last moment he could have. That was really unfortunate timing for him. 2 players come pouring out to clean him up. It's just as he puts his gun away. Sean forces Seth to put his gun down too. Takes it for himself. Greedy little one. And for tapping, I don't know if the stream can see the chat, but he's pointing out the unfortunate timing of his hopping there. He knows how unfortunate that was. Sean holding this site like his life depends on it. Now, to go back, Saints are pushing in, getting ready to clear through. We got some weird miss thing pushing into Sean as he comes around the corner. They don't know where he is, but they don't need to know. They smell him coming, and they put him down. That's another round for the Saints. 3 kills from Caillou.
Caillou finds 3 with the Spectre there. Ems, I think, was good for 2 on the Guardian as well, if I'm not mistaken. And it's another solid round after that pistol for the Saints. They pick up another 2-round lead here. Now, if history repeats itself, we're going to see a full buy here from TMU, and they should be able to take this round, especially just based on the buys here. You see Seth and Gub got to re-up on some weapons, but don't know necessarily what they want to get. They're just going to force out, try to give the best opportunity of winning this round, even though you're just carrying over those guns from the last round. Really, you're expecting to lose this to those higher tier weaponry, but at the same time, on defense, those close range SMGs can sometimes just win out if those rifles miss the first headshot.
Swinging through a corner into a guy who's looking really far past you can be quite surprising. Game turns into a horror game with jump scares in it. Someone pops right in front of you and you don't have enough time to shoot them. Sean,
being in a smoke is a jump scare in this game, especially because things like the Omen, things like the Astra, they're hollow smokes as well. So sometimes you just see someone pop through the one side, and then the inside, it's kind of like its own little dome that you can see through. Whereas there's a few other characters, Brimstone and Viper, their smoke's not going to be hollow. They're going to have that opacity in the middle, so you don't have as long of a sight line inside of them. But
this round feels very opaque here.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it. Not much going on, but seems that TMU is rotating, but rotating right to the sights of Caillou. That's 1, 2. Ooh, I think he was very close to getting a
Ems
lot
found
of kills
2
there.
though off the back of that.
Yeah, perfect timing there. TMU puts him down before he could do any more damage than he already did. Hans forced to lick his wounds and retreat over to the next site. Neki does the little bit of due diligence he can do to keep his teammate alive. Not a lot of health to work with, so he can do what he must to keep things going. Looking at the pretty lights again, Huns repositioning, seeing if there's anything he can get done, any opening that they can find, or will they just try to save and get some pickoffs for the round?
Most likely just going to be a save. Try to keep these rifles for that next round. M's not ready for the player in the corner there. Seth shuts him down though. That's great for the Saints. Don't let them take another rifle into that round. M's only had a Guardian in his hands. It's not like you're losing another Vandal or a Phantom. So realistically, you can make that trade. Player was left at 12 health as well. Just allow that to come through. Now you see the buys. M's going to have enough money after that to pick up an operator here.
I'm sure the Saints are really appreciating the scoreline we have. 6-9. Looking to close this out in a very nice way. And they really want to do the work that they need to. They're on a roll at the moment. Economy is proof of such. They want to keep the momentum going and keep TMU starving with no money in the bank account, no money to buy guns or bread, nothing to work with.
Yeah.
Keep the money rolling.
It's just a bit of a mixed buy here from TMU as Ems finds that first pick with the operator. That's exactly what we expected. I think that's a Guardian in the hands of FPS Rose there, if I'm not mistaken.
Neki's in the exact same spot he was in the last game. I just noticed. Holding it like his life depends on it. Huns, scared of the pretty lights. Go into it. They look so nice. Why wouldn't you want to go into that? Come on, just go. Just go, man. Just go. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just go. Just go. Just go. Come on. He's too scared. He's too
I mean, what? He's awestruck. He's staring into the cosmos themselves.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, I almost shut up for a second, just looked at the lights, but Ems is gonna wake me up out of my stupor as he gets one beautiful kill onto Eagle, almost gets another, but Huns, again, shaken out of his dreamlike state, looking at those pretty lights, back into the reality that is the brutal warfare that they have to fight for their lives in. Again, for a chance at the California CVAL land that both of these teams no doubt want to make their mark in. Spike goes down as proof of such. Neki taking another kill, 4 tapping, goes down, but Gub takes down Huns in the rest of the round. That's gonna go towards TMU.
They keep that op that Ems grabbed as well. It's going to go over to Sean this round, which means Sean's going to be able to head, say, C-long here. Yeah, you can already see him setting up for it. He's just going to be able to watch that and keep this entire side clear for his team. At least, you know, there's no flanks, and should he even find a pick or two, then his entire team can just rotate over towards that side, start making that execution happen. But we're going to have to see exactly how this shakes out, because there's nobody from the Saints to contest this op long. They're actually going to be moving out garage, hopefully finding a pick onto Huns grass here, but that turret is going to spot anyone who peeks out long before they're going to spot Huns.
When you said they're going to have to find a pick or two, I thought you were about to say...
Look at Ems here with the Blade Storm.
Oh, trying to find it. Seth peeking through, 4 tapping, going to follow up. Gob goes down to the other side of the map, and Ems gets a Blade Storm kill onto Huns. Repositioning, seeing if he can get any more. Ooh, didn't. Again, wishes he had X-ray like we do. Would have found another kill through that door, maybe. Ems prowling, looking to see if you can find any more heads to click on. Caillou finds a couple, actually just one, as Eagle takes him down after he trades for Sean. Ems in the mist, almost takes out the Omen, has to dash away. Still alive is all that matters, and that's all that's going through his head. I'm still here. I can still have an effect on this round. As the spike goes down, Neki waiting for Ems on the top there. 7-4 tapping coming from the other side. They're gonna have to play the distract game like they did against TMU before, and that's another round for the attackers. No flank like TMU had in the previous rounds on the last half to distract them, and they're able to hold up the round as TMU stops the Saints' push onto the site.
The Saints were only able to, like, just barely squeak out a bye there in that round. If it wasn't for Ems's Blade Storm, you're not gonna have all of the potency in that round that you did. Now you're stuck on a save. TMU Blue looking to tie this one up here in the round. You've keep the op. You're gonna keep this economy rolling. The Saints, you've got Sheriffs and a Marshal to work with. Caillou on that Marshal, maybe peep him at the starting of this round. He always likes to get aggressive with that one. You can see him already over towards A. Nobody really going to meet him there, but 4 tapping in the gang here are going to be making it down long. One on the left shuts down 4 tapping, but Ems is good for that trade, and they do recover a weapon and make it out alive. Ems
we got the gold.
Maybe taking a little bit more damage than he thought he was going to, but
heist was successful.
They do make it out alive. Yeah, exactly. The time heist successful.
They got the gun. They can win.
They got the gun. They got the Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stones go into this one. Oh, Ems doing a little teabagging. He's eager. He's excited. He's ready for whatever TMU has to throw at him, and his legs are showing such. Bobbing up and down. Give us another. Yeah, there we go. One more? Aw, no. Scared by the dart. No, he's alert. Ready to go. TMU relocating, but I'm not sure they're sure where. Straggling back and forth in between points, looking to see if they can find any entryways. Seeing that C site's a little bare, Sean reconsidering, and now they're pushing through mid, maybe going through to A. Yep, relocating, trying to see if there's any signs of this site being alone, but Caillou might be there in time to scare them off, and there he is. That's one shot missed. They know that Caillou is down, but they don't know if the rest of the Saints are there. They find the way to the site, and they start planting after checking all their corners very carefully. Saints now have to play the attacking role. Again, coming through the backside, trying to see if they can force their way in. They're not going to be able to flank them, again, like TMU did to them in previous rounds. They just have to do it with raw offensive power, and we have a dash in from the sky going in to try and clean things up. Seth on the high ground. Rest of the team is on the low ground. Lands on the blocks. Doesn't take the fall damage like Caillou did before. Neki taking out 2. Ems rotating around the corner. Gets one pop off onto Neki, but 3 there in the shooting gallery behind the box. That's around 9-9. Here we are again, Josh. Here we are.
Tied up by TMU. Somehow they keep putting us into this position. 10-10 last game was the tied score. Now 9-9. Super
9-9.
close games. 9-9.
Is that a cheer or something? I'm not too into sports. Is that the name of your favorite team?
Listen, it is what it is. Brooklyn 9-9. Great show, though.
Oh,
9-9.
I see. I haven't watched that show.
However, take a look at the buys here. Now, Saints, after a devastating round last time, to say the least, and not even the greatest buy the round before that. They've built the economy back up. They've got an op in Ems's hands. We're seeing an even round, both even on guns, even on ultimates. Sean tries to get that jump peek, but both of these players are just going to keep jump peeking around this corner, maybe try to find some kind of info. Sean looking up top, thinking maybe Ems is going to be the one on that peak, but it's actually 4-tapping there. He's got no way to get up onto that box as of right now.
Leading the push into, I believe you called it garage. They are in that corner. Sean still eagerly looking to see if he can find any information, but the fight going on. Caillou is going to have to hold him off, and he's actually doing pretty decently. He's supportive of his teammates' utility. Throws out a black ball of goo, and I'm sure it's definitely not something that TMU wants at their feet. Sure,
definitely not.
And there comes the dart, shock dart. Sean gets 1 kill. He finds 4-tapping as they're playing a little game of cat and mouse, but Caillou is the cat, and the mice are TMU. Neki has to wall bang him to put him down, and had to be a headshot. That was the only way he was going to take out Caillou there, who was so ferocious on the defense of that spot. Now, Saints in a familiar position, needing to play offensive to defuse the spike. Gub carefully dancing back and forth, not wanting to get headshot by whatever awaits him behind that pillar. And with his teammate Ems waiting for him as well, bursting through the door, sets up the brush from Ems into the smoke cloud. He finds the enemy Sky there in the hallway, gets the kill with the spray. Ems, that's 1-on-1. They're looking to find the half at the very least. Coming around, he throws something, it looks like.
He gets to stick this, he gets to stick.
He gets it.
Comes
That's
through.
the clutch. And it came up on the screen as I said it. Perfect. I'll give that to Riot. They know how to make a little bit of flavor at the end of the round. Saints.
They know how to make things look exciting nonetheless. Especially, you'll notice a lot of these skins too, and you know, we'll forget about the price of skins, but they are very good looking, and if you are the person that finds that last kill, it does this cool final round kill effect where, depending on the skin, right, it's going to give you a different one. We've seen the Oni come through a few times. It's like this demon. It's got that Oni mask on. He's chained up and everything. You know, they had the flavor.
I'm sure it's very popular in middle schools all around the country.
Oh, 100%. Just like Omen.
Yeah, no comment on the skins in this game. You know, people like them, but you know, the people will speak for themselves, and what the people are saying is they want to see more of the TMU versus St. Clair Saints in this round. The dog rushing through the door, the dog of darkness, approaching Huns, but he puts him down with alacrity. Sean's watching the angle, seeing if he can find, I believe that might be Gub, but a nice shade of purple, my favorite color, is there to stop him. Perfectly placed. Did they know he was there waiting? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. It's pretty common. You see that Astra, he's just going to keep popping smokes as they fade just to dissuade any kind of push towards B, because typically, and like you had pointed out before, 3 sites, you can't hold all of them. Usually, most players are going to play off of B and then just rotate and kind of conversion from those other sites, but it's a first pick as Caillou tries to get that flank.
That was instant.
Unbelievably ready for that one.
Can never be too ready.
2 players on A, and it looked like it's going to be a 5-man push here. Eagle finds 1 pick. Seth is down.
2 down on the Saints.
Here's the aggression to start coming through. Neki is good. He's only 50 health, though. It's a big one because Neki has just been a crazy player at having these off angles. The Saints never ready for it, but 4-tapping and Ems even it out. 1v1. Ems Uwu got that stinger in hand, is able to pick up a Phantom. Does give off an audio cue. The uptrap comes through, but Huns finds it. 10-10. Keep it even, TMU Blue.
I'm getting a repeat. That was impressive. What an impressive round. And speaking of, we are going to go and look at the impressive round from the round before the last. The impressive clutch coming out. Let's take a look. Oh, Ems, yeah. They're pushing out. They're trying to go through the smoke. They go through. That's the 1 kill almost. Ems nearly finds FPS Rose, and he
One.
gets it with the spray, throws down the smoke, and he just has to hold. The half comes through to meet his aggressor, hops up on the box, and usually here people play mind games. They go for the fake, but he just clutches on, and he knows this is one chance to get it. We have 5-on-5 action from that previous round back to reality here, as we see what an unusual positioning actually. We have TMU scrunched up all on C side, and Saints scrunched up near mid and B as they're trying to wrap around. Neki gets a kill on Caillou. Caillou's not having much of a chance to put in a lot of work in these rounds. He's had a couple moments here and there, but they're doing an excellent job of keeping him down. Dashing from Ems, immediately stopped from two of TMU's finest, and another goes down. Gub and Seth put down from the offensive force coming up from TMU. 4-tapping is the last man standing, looking to see if he can get anything done. In fact,
if there's any saving grace there, I mean, for the Saints, you at least did burn out Hunz's ultimate there while you're on a save round, so you know that's not at least going to come through for the next few rounds here. Possibly not for the rest of the game, depending on Hunz's kills and any ultimate orbs grab, because the lockdown, if I'm not mistaken, it's an 8-point ultimate. We can check that in the pre-round here, but a very easy flawless to come through for TMU based on those pistols in hand. And yeah, it's 7 points for that ultimate. So that's going to mean either 7 rounds of deaths or, you know, a mix of kills, ultimate orbs, and every time you die, you do get 1 point as well.
Gotcha.
Just to keep it going, so at least you can have that ultimate, even if you're not, you know, that crazy impact fragger. Someone like, say, Gub here at the bottom, who's been doing a lot of setup and flashing and everything for his team, you know, still going to be able to have those ultimates roll through. Speaking of rolling through, that Rolling Thunder from Gub.
nice.
Yeah, great transition, eh?
Awesome, you're stealing from me, you know? You're learning a thing or two. And here we got Seth creeping up from the boxes. We have a next to each other. They don't even know. Neki coming around, meets Ems, but Ems puts him down on the other side. Gub waiting in the hall, gets put down by FPS Rove, his doppelganger. Ems still holding that hall, gets put down by an arrow. I didn't even see that shot come through. Did you?
Yeah, he used that bounce on it, just the one bounce. Spot out Ems in the corner, click
Very
little
impressive.
and he's able to find that one. 4-tapping, creeping around this
What?
corner. Hunz walks straight by him. Hunz!
What?
Look left, look right, my
What's
friend.
going on?
Check your corners.
Check your corners.
That's all you can say,
He
really.
was he literally did the thing where it's like,
Sean-
I can't see you, you can't see me. Oh,
Sean in the same situation does not check the left there, and Seth, who had creeped all the way up mid-window, is able to shut down this player who had the op. Now, Seth in a 1v2, one shot on Eagle here on Sova, but a Rolling Thunder. You see that Breach ultimate in hand? That can knock people off the bomb.
Ooh.
As they're defusing.
turret gets a kill.
Yeah, the turret,
Evens it out.
that's what happens when you're at 1 health. That turret does 3 damage each shot, and it's going to shoot out bursts of 3, so you're getting a solid 9 to 12 damage,
He
but
was
FPS
not
rose.
ready. He was not ready to meet his match there. A little bit of disappointment coming from the team, but they're still keeping high spirits, ready to tie things up. At the very least, they don't want to lose here. One more round from TMU to make it on in the tournament. And Saints have a grueling 3 at the very least to keep the dream
2
alive.
just to bring it to overtime. 4 at the very least, actually, because you got to bring it to overtime. You got to win those 2 in overtime as well. But with the momentum from TMU Blue right now and the buys from the Saints, it's going to be hard. TMU looking to make this match point, looking to move into that top 8, that elusive CVAL bracket. It only gets tougher and tougher the deeper you go. But right now, TMU on track for a 2-0 of the Saints here, especially with an early pick in that round. Saints, 4 ultimates available. Keep that in mind. You've got the resources to keep yourself in this round.
No use holding back now. They gotta put their all into it as they pour onto the site to stop the plant. Gub shooting all sorts of shrapnel, all sorts of explosives, and Ems, completely blind, gets a knife headshot on Sean, but only one left, Caillou. If you wanted one person left on your team to clutch things out, it might just be him, but not good enough. Saints dropping out here, losing that round in such a close fashion, but TMU putting on such an impressive display.
such a beautiful game there from TMU. Coming in from an even half, Saints grab a nice lead for themselves. It was 9-6 at a point. TMU ties that one up 9-9. We're 10-10, and TMU takes those 3 rounds straight with some amazing starts to the round. I think the starts were such a big factor, is just finding early picks, whether it be Sean or whether it be Huns. Actually, it's interesting to see the Killjoy, a much more defensive and, you know, not typically that first man in on the attack, to be able to find first blood in so many rounds.
Absolutely. And even though the Saints lose this game here, they absolutely put on one hell of a show for everybody here and everybody at home. I'm sure you enjoyed. Saints, again, not going to advance, but I'm sure that they're happy with the games that they put out today. Not the result that they wanted, but at the end of the day, if you give it your all, what more can you do?
Yeah, 2-0, both Icebox and Haven taken. 14-12 for Icebox, 13-10 for Haven. That's going to be a 2-0 from TMU Blue, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure we're all trying to get home and and start watching that game there. Everyone's got plans here tonight, but we're going to send it off to a close here in a little bit. Thank you to everyone there in the production team. We're strapped for the crew today, but they put it all together, even bringing us some on-the-fly replays there. Everything, baby steps. We're progressing the production, just getting better and better and better. Those replays looking crisp with those new machines.
These are more than baby steps, my friend.
Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Alex for coming in last minute. Shout out to you, Daniil, for helping me out today. Last night you said, hey, man, you need a caster. I was like, yes, Daniil, get in that duo. Tommy coming in, doing those replays as well. One of those first years in the esports program. It's amazing to get everyone in here. It's just amazing to see people who want to get involved with the broadcast. I love it. But thank you so much for everyone who made this happen. In the end, Saints varsity drop out of CVAL in that round of 16. They're going to fall 2-0 to TMU Blue. That's all we've got for today. I'm Josh Pafundi, joined for the first time by Daniil Brown. It's been an awesome cast today.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everyone.